It's a rainy September day. This is the first rain we've had in about 6 weeks that's been this heavy anyway. I'm gonna have a slow living day, even though this is a work day for me. These are my perfect ingredients for a day where I've gotta get some things done, but I'm gonna take it nice and easy. 2 things that I think are pretty essential. One of them is a hot drink for the morning. I'm already into 2 coffees, and I'm gonna just have a tea now instead. And the other thing is just wearing something really comfortable to get me in the mood to relax. And in this case, this is my Lululemon outfit that I've had for over a year now. I think they're still selling this. I'll put links below. This is just a rather clingy shirt, but it's very comfortable. And then sweatpants that are just my everything. They're the thing I reach for as soon as the weather cools down because they're a little too hot for the summer. But they're perfect for this first crisp day that we're getting. Now, I usually drink my tea black. I will let that steep for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna try something different today, which is oat milk, which is like not my thing. Normally, I just drink regular milk, and in my tea, nothing at all. But I'm gonna give this a go and just see how it tastes in the tea. All right, let's try it. It's not bad, actually. All right, it is now time to get to my morning emails. Look how much rain on my windows. I kind of love mornings like this because you're forced to relax. If you are new here, my name is Helen. I make product reviews and vlogs. I talk sometimes about slow living, but usually when I'm vlogging, it's just like days in my life or what's going on with me right now. But I thought I would make a more dedicated video about slow living, just because that's the kind of day I'm having, and I thought that it would be a good time to talk about it. The setting that we're in is actually my bedroom. I have a large bedroom. I live in an old Edwardian house, and if I just show you in that direction, there's the bed, and my work desk is just tucked into a corner here. I am a writer and a content creator. Obviously, you're watching this. And I've been doing this for about 7.5 years, meaning the video creation portion. And a lot of you got to know me through my hair loss videos. And I don't make that many of those anymore. And maybe we can talk about that either in this video or maybe some other time. But one thing that's, I guess, happened to me over the last while is that my life changed and it became more intentional, I guess. I think that people overuse that word. I mean, the bottom line is I don't work as hard as I used to back, in my early 30s or even 10 years ago when I would have been in my late 30s. I've really done some things to enjoy my free time more. And I think that that's how I kind of fell into the slow living bucket of content. I make a lot of art. Specifically, I do a lot of watercolor and I do a lot of embroidery. So maybe we'll even get to that in this vlog as well. We will see. So I live in a very busy city and I live in Midtown, and something's always going on outside. It can be chaotic, it can be noisy. It's definitely not like a minimalist rural setting that I live in, but I think that you can still claim back your time. And if you want to really slow down, you can. You can. I think it's a myth that you need to move to the countryside to enjoy the benefits that slow living can offer you. I think if you really figure out what to do with your free time and how to really slow down that aspect of it, that can go a long way. So, for instance, to that end, one of the things I'm going to be doing today is ordering online groceries. I know that this is not groundbreaking, but it will give me back an hour today. And that's 1 hour I can put towards, working on some watercolor or something like that. All right, enough about that. I've got some emails to type out. So that's what I'll be doing for the rest of this morning. Just wanted to pop outside to check what the weather is like. It's brightening up and the rain is gone, which is all well and good, but I still have to finish up work this afternoon. One of the things I like to do for the afternoon session of work is to move down here to my living room and just use my laptop instead. When I'm a little stuck inside, I really do benefit from the change in scenery. And although this laptop is not quite as ergonomic to work in, it is just such a cozy feeling to just be sat here in this corner and able to just finish up my work. It's such a privilege really to be able to work from home. But on the other hand, I pretty much have only worked from home for a very long time now, so it's kind of what I'm used to. One thing I try very hard to do is not check my email all the time when I'm trying to get a nice chunk of work done. It makes me feel more relaxed, and you're not really missing out on anything, I think, unless your work is checking email all the time. like over the course of an hour, I don't think anyone's gonna miss you. So I just try and do it on the hour, if that makes sense. So like when it becomes 2 o'clock, I'll be checking my email again, for example. The way I look at it is like if someone's desperate to find me, they will call or text me, and I don't even have my phone here with me because I just don't want the distraction of that. But my texts do come to my Apple Watch. So if I do get a text or a phone call, I will know about it, but that means I'll have to hunt out my phone, which I just leave. You can't see, but I leave it over there in the corner on the console when I'm trying to get some deeper work done. You would swear it's not been raining at all. It's a beautiful day now. I think one of my secrets to success in feeling like I kind of have it figured out in the terms of keeping myself balanced, I guess, is that I always make sure that I have time for my health every single day. That's actually the thing that I built everything in my schedule around: work, other obligations, you name it. The health part has to come first. Exercise basically is what I'm talking about. So I build exercise into every day. Fridays, I usually take a Pilates class. A day like today, I will be going to the gym. I have a rest day usually. Sometimes it's on Tuesdays. And then Sundays, I like to do like a long nature walk and then maybe a little bit of weights after. I put my health first. I learned this lesson, really, I'm telling you, the hard way. So if you take nothing else from this video, I hope that you prioritize that for yourself, because if you don't look after yourself, you can't look after anybody else. And your health is your wealth. That is the truth. The other thing I've learned the hard way is how to protect my energy. And so that brings me back to a point that I was making earlier on about how I've even changed the videos that I make for that exact reason. Like once upon a time, I was making a lot of videos about my experience with hair loss, trying to help out people who would leave me questions about the products that I was using, my experience. And then I realized that it was kind of diminishing returns and that I didn't really have anything new to add. And then also, I made a lot of friends here, so I never regret the videos that I made, but I found that I was being a kind of a bit of a crisis counselor for people who would then just be mad at me because, you know, it's very complicated trying to help people with hair loss, and it really not my place. I realize that now. And I just felt like I was repeating the same thing over and over again, which is like, you definitely need to see a dermatologist or your healthcare practitioner. This product may not be for everybody, like all the sort of common sense stuff, but I was repeating it. Then I'd have people like pretty desperate for help. And I did what I could while I could, but I don't do that anymore. And that's because, again, I've learned now to have better boundaries with people online and to protect my energy. And that's very important, very important. You will not be able to, I think, slow down and enjoy life without good boundaries and without recognizing the things that are really not adding to your life, but rather are draining of your energy. And some of them are inevitable. Part of being a good person is sharing what you know, sharing of yourself, bearing witness. But I think you know when you've tipped over the edge and it's not healthy. And so that is something I'm always paying attention to. And while I do update once in a while about my hair loss or anything I might have to add on the situation that I think will be helpful, I'm basically trying to leave those kind of videos in the past. Not to say I'll never do any more on them, but I have such a big catalog. I don't have to keep writing the same book over and over again, right? They're there and anybody can watch them if they need them. And there's so many other resources and good ones, frankly. Not to mention a lot of people should just be checking with their physician, healthcare practitioner, whoever, and not me. So just protect your energy. And that's not just if you make videos. I'm sure you've identified lots of other places in your life where people are just kind of draining you and you're not enjoying it. And you don't even think you're being that helpful. So that is a key tip that I've had to learn the hard way myself. Kids are back in school and this park is so quiet today. It's usually just much more busy, but playground is dead. So I've got this space all to myself. And I think the rain kept a lot of people away. Oh, and I forgot to mention also, just put you down here for a sec, that I've got new shoes. I know I was wearing the same white pair of this New Balance forever, and I had them for a year and a half, and they're just so good. So I switched now to a brand new gray pair, and I'm liking these too. So I'll put a link to these below as well. This is my outfit for going to the gym. I'll get there eventually. I'm just gonna go over here and pretend these are my hydrangeas. Aren't they nice? They're so pretty. So, you know, just stopping to observe things actually will really help you slow down, like people's gardens, flowers, kids on the street, dogs on the street. Just like take the time to walk around. Don't put any headphones in. Just have a nice little neighborhood walk and observe instead of trying to block out everything that's going on around you. I haven't asked yet, but if you would like and subscribe and consider leaving me a comment, that would be much appreciated. It always helps give me a little boost here. Now that my work is done and my exercise is done, I have time to bring my table down into the garden where I can set up a little watercolor area and have some playtime, which I think is a really nice way to spend the rest of the afternoon before it's dinner time. And I was thinking on this whole topic of slow living, I don't want you to look at my life and feel like you need to live this way. There are many times in my life where I cannot do the whole slow living thing. And there have been times, especially when I was younger, that this was not what I wanted at all. This is not for everybody, and it is not for every age and every stage in life. Like when I was in my 20s, I was busy being a party girl. I was busy working. I was busy going to university. I had no free time, and I loved my life back then. Like I look at that time very fondly, and I don't even think I ever had any time off. Like seriously, I would go from university classes to working on Friday night, working all day Saturday, working all day Sunday. I used to work 20 hours a week as a full-time university student, and not to mention that Friday night and Saturday night, and sometimes Thursday night too, I would be out at the club. So life finds me in a very different situation right now, and this is okay too. This is okay too, but I do remind myself that I do like all this alone time, but I'm also a very social creature as well, and many of us are. So I don't want you to think that slow living means that you've walled yourself off from your friends or society, or you're isolating yourself. I mean, you can do that if you really want to, but that doesn't have to be part of it. And it's definitely not part of my life on a day-to-day basis as well. I try and do a lot of things out with friends. I've joined some like hobby-based groups, which has been really fun as well. I'm at my happiest when I have a mix of being out and about with people in the world, being busy, having a lot of mental stimulation. I do love that about this city. Like I do love a shopping mall. I do love a busy street with a lot of vibes going on. And then I like to have these more retreat style days too, where I can kind of shut out the outside world and just get what I need to get done and enjoy myself while I'm doing it. So I've taken inspiration here just from a rose of Sharon, which grows in my garden. I'm really lucky to live in the city and to have this cute little garden space as well, this little flat area of land where I can sit down and do some crafts. You'll often find me embroidering out here as well, but today we're doing the watercolor, and I really like how this turned out.